So now the arc length is given to us is 20 pi divided by the circumference 2 pi r. So we're trying to find r, and that's equal to the degree inside the arc is 200 divided by the total degree is always 360. Now you can simplify, the pi cancel out. So you get 20 divided by 2r equals to 200 divided by 360. You can simplify that to 5 over 9. Now you cross multiply. 2r times 5 is 10r equals to 9 times 20 is 180. Divide both sides by 10. You get r equals to 18.
So the first thing you want to find is the interior angle of the hexagon. So the equation was n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. And n stands for the number of sides. So here in a hexagon there are 6 sides. So 6 minus 2 times 180 divided by 6. If you perform that operation, you will get that it's 120 degrees. So each interior angles is 120. Okay. Now here the apothem is from the middle, right, to the middle of the side, and the radius, this line here, split the degree in half. So if this was 120, this line split it in half will give you a 60 degree, and here's a 90. So I'm gonna zoom in into this triangle. Okay, there's my apothem. Here's 60 degree. This 90. So if this is 60 and this is 90, the other degree is 30. So now it gives you that the apothem is 15. So here's the longer leg in a 30, 60, 90. The longer leg is opposite from 60. The shorter one is opposite from 30. So to go from the longer leg to the short leg is the long leg multiplied by square root of 3 divided by 3. So now you have half of the sides of the hexagon. And if you simplify this, this is 8.6. So from here to here is 8.6. From here to here is 8.6. So the total side is basically 8.6 times 2. So you get 17.3. It's the length of each side of the hexagon. So to find the perimeter, it's just 6 sides. Right? 6 sides in a hexagon multiplied by 17.3. You get that the perimeter is 103.92. Once you have the perimeter and you have the apothem, you can find the area by the formula 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. So if you plug that in, you get 1/2 times the apothem is 15. The perimeter is 103.92. You multiply that out, you get that the area equals 779.42. So for every side of this hexagon is 12 inches. Now, to get the shaded area is basically you have to find the area of the hexagon. And you subtract the area of the hexagon by the area of the circle. Okay. Also, you have to subtract the area of this triangle. Now we gotta add in this sector area because we subtracted twice from the area of the circle and the area of the triangle. So we gotta add that back in. So sector area. So what's the area of the hexagon? Well, we gotta find the perimeter and multiply by the apothem. So earlier in this earlier example, we know that each interior angle is 120. And this divided 120 by half will give you a 60. And here's 90. So you have a 60, 30, 90 triangle. 30, 60, 90. So the apothem is the longer leg, and across from 30 is the shorter leg. Well, the apothem divides this side in half, so if this side is 12, half of it from the apothem to the edge is 6. So the shorter leg is 6. So going from the shorter leg to the longer leg is 6 times square root of 3. So that's your apothem. The perimeter is basically 6 times 12. So now the area is 1/2 times the apothem, 6 times square root of 3, times the perimeter, 6 times 12, is 72. And you get that the area of this hexagon is 334.12. Now, what is the area of the sector of the circle minus the triangle portion? Well, it's this portion right here. So if you remember, it's area of the shaded sector divided by the area of the circle. Here, the radius is 4, so pi 4 square equals to the angle inside. If this is 30, this half is 30, the other half is 30, so the total area here is 60. So you get 60 divided by the total degree in a circle is 360. So if you cross multiply and solve for x, you find that x equals to 8.3. Now, what's the area of the triangle? Well, area of the triangle is 1/2 times base times height. Here, the base is 12. The height is 6 times square root of 3. So you got 1/2 times 6 square root of 3 times 12. And you get the answer to be 62.35. Number 11, you do the same thing. You want to start off by finding the interior angle of a pentagon. So once again, it's n minus 2 times 180 divided by n to find the interior degree. So n is the number of sides. In a pentagon, there are 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 times 180 divided by 5. And you get that each interior angle is 108. So here's 108, 108, 108, and so on. So now, when they say find theta of the triangle, that's just the degree. Right? The theta means degree. And now find the apothem. So here's the apothem. Here's this line, the radius, that split the degree in half. So half of 108 is 54. So you get that inside here is 54 degree. Each of the side is 10 in length. So if this apothem split the sides in half, then from the apothem to the edge is 5. Now I'm going to enlarge this triangle, make it a little bigger. So here's 54, 5, and the apothem. Now we're trying to find the apothem, so we got to use Sohcahtoa. Sohcahtoa. So circle the degree, label according to this degree. This side is opposite, this side is adjacent. So you get opposite over adjacent, that's O and A. O and A is right here, so you use 10 of the degree is 54 equals to opposite is A over adjacent is 5. So now you put this over 1, you cross multiply, you get A equals to 5 times 10 of 54, and you get A equals to... Now that you have the apothem, you can find the perimeter. So the perimeter is for every side is 10, so there are 5 sides, so you get 10 times 5, that's 50. The formula for the regular polygon is 1/2 times the apothem times the perimeter. So 1/2 times the apothem here is 6.9 times the perimeter is 50, and you get that the area is 172.
So 5 times 5, the area of the original square is 25. And now the square, the length is triple. So 3 times 5 is 15. 15. The new area is 225. So compare the new area with the old area. It's just 225 divided by 5, which is 9. So the area increase, right, is 9 times larger.
Number 13 asks, what is the probability of hitting the shaded area of the target with a randomly thrown dart that hits the target? So we're going to start by first trying to get the area of this square. So the radius is 6. That means that the diameter is 12. This is also the same diameter. So 12, 12, you get that the total length here is 24. This as well is 24. So the area of the square equals 24 times 24. Now the area of the circle equals pi r. R here is 6 square. So you get that the area of the square is 576. Pi 6 square, you get that is 113.1, but there are 4 of them, so you multiply it by 4, you get 452.38. So now what you want to do is you want to subtract the area of the circles from the area of the square to get the shaded region. So 576 minus 452.38. When you do that, you get 123.6. And now this, you just take it and divide it by the total area of the square to get the percentage probability. That's 576. 123.6 divided by 576 is 0.215. If you multiply this by 100, you get that is 21.5%. So once again, we're going to start by trying to find the interior angles. Is n minus 2 times 180 divided by n. There are 3 sides here, so 3 minus 2 times 180 divided by 3. You get that each interior angle is 60 degrees. So here's my apothem. This radius line cuts the angle in half, so half of 60 is 30. This is 90. And this is a 60. So I'm gonna enlarge this triangle. Here's my apothem. It says that this hypotenuse is 10, and here's 30, 60, 90. Going from the hypotenuse to the shorter leg is half. So opposite from 30 degrees is my shorter leg. So half of 10 is 5. That's my apothem. Now I need to find the side. The longer side is the short leg times square root of 3. So if I go back to my triangle, from the edge to the middle is 5 square root of 3. 5 square root of 3 times 2. Because from here to here is 5 square root of 3. From here to here is 5 square root of 3. So if you multiply that by 2, you get the full length of the side. You get that each side is 17.3. So now we can find the perimeter. The perimeter is equals to each side is 17.3. So you multiply that by 3 because there are 3 sides.
And you get the perimeter to be 51.96. You have the perimeter, you have the apothem, so just plug it in the formula. Area equals 1/2 times the apothem, which is 5, times the perimeter, 51.96.
And your total area is 129.9.